Good morning, folks. Today's journey finds us heading out of Mount Vernon. We pick up the trail a little ways down, but because of where our hotel was, we follow the blue line from left to right, going through Phillips Park down to the small circle, covered by the small subscribe button, instead of going on the trail proper, that is the orange line below the river, till we eventually ride along the Kokosing Scenic River Water Trail. We're heading up here just now, connecting where we would have connected if we had gone the other way. Just another instance where I didn't map it out quite correctly. Live and learn some more. It was an easy ride through the streets, and we're good to go. Although I found quite a bit of a problem come this morning. I'm going to show this Little Indian Fields marker, and I'm going to leave that up. If you'd like to read that, you can pause it. What I found this morning was I had not plugged in my battery well enough, and I'd seen it blinking, so I knew it was charging. I must have mistakenly thought it had ended when we came back from having dinner and unplugged it, thinking it was done, where it had really just stopped charging. So I woke up this morning with 60% on my battery. So I'm going to pedal with the battery turned off completely and pedal till I can't pedal no more. And then I will use the pedal assist and see if I can get through some of those Amish hills that we've got coming up. So that's the plan. The second problem I found was when my back tire came over a curb, and when it hit, it broke some brackets. The brackets are brackets I 3D printed to make this saddlebag that my brother had for a previous bike trip that he tried. It was to make those saddlebags fit these bikes. They looked good. I had a plan B which worked, and in a later video I'm going to show just what I made, how it failed, and how I had my plan B in place. Now we'll bring up a map and see how we get from Mount Vernon to Millersburg. We're leaving Mount Vernon. We're going to go through Gambier, Howard, into Danville, and on through a little town called Gann, and on into Glenmont. We have to ride the road from Glenmont to Kilbuck, and then on into Millersburg. If you notice on the map, at the orange arrow is where we could have gotten off and rode what looked like on the map bike-friendly trails, but it would have been longer from going from Glenmont to Kilbuck. The Glenmont to Kilbuck roads were not bike-friendly marked on the map, but they were easily passable and didn't seem well-traveled when we went. We had talked to a Mennonite that travels this trail a lot, and he said that it was easier going that way than getting off and getting on 62. There are a lot of old train trestles along the Ohio to Erie Trail. We are on the regional trail, the Kokosing Gap Trail. It's a 14-mile trail with its endpoints in Mount Vernon and Danville. In just a bit, we're going to ride along a sports complex to our left that has a train museum for people to view the train, get up on it, and inspect it. There's some Mennonites along the right side taking their goods to market. They've stopped to enjoy the trail. People are out walking, enjoying the day. It's a nice day to ride the Ohio to Erie Trail late in the year. As we come into the stone arch at Howard, Ohio, built in 1879 for USA Route 36, we're coming into an area that's Rotary Park. Danville is about 4.5 miles away. On the other side of this is Hellbender Preserve. It's a riparian preserve. The word riparian means relating to or situated on the banks of a river, relating to wetland adjacent to rivers and streams. I'd never heard of that kind of a preserve. On this nice fall day, you can tell it's fall because the leaves are turning and falling from the trees. You can also tell you're in Amish country because the increase of road apples. So beware of many, many road apples. As the day proceeds, you can tell that it gets a little colder because my brother stopped and put on his hoodie and everything. We're starting to get into a lot more hilly land, as you can see through the trees here. You can see the hills off in the distance, rising and falling. And the trail is no longer following along an old railroad because I start to get into grades that are much higher than 3% grades. So I'm not quite sure what we're following or if it was just an old trail of some sort that they put through this area. Bridge of Dreams here goes across the Mohegan River. I noticed as I went into it that it had a steel plate down. You can see it there in the picture. That steel plate, I believe, was put there because of all the buggies going across. Those buggies chew up the paved trail. I'm sure that wooden trail wouldn't last long if they didn't put down this metal. These cutouts remind me of driving to West Virginia, and the way they cut the mountains out to make the roads. I guess they did it for the trains way back when. at the point here where what the Mennonite told me came in handy. This is the point where we were supposed to go down on a dirt road and meet up with 62. We decided to keep going, and this is how nice the trail was, and going in on the Holmes County Trail, and it's the way to go. I'd do it again the same. Here you can see us on that road portion, taking Highway 520. You can notice there's no berm, wide paved berm to ride on, and the road was pretty gentle. I was able to pedal this without too much difficulty. I could do better, but I'd still take this path. It was shorter. I liked riding on the trail more and on the highway less, even if I had to ride this highway. They were gentle slopes, so you could see the cars coming a ways off. And here we're riding through Kilbuck, the last town that we have to go through before we get to Millersburg, where we're going to stay for the night. We're heading here onto the trail. It'll be on our left any minute now, and it's an easy ride through this little small town. There's no traffic. Clearly you see the sign posts. There's another one. Trail number 1. That'll soon be turned into trail number 21. But here's our trail, and we're off on the final leg on the trail proper. Still the Holmes County Trail. here we're crossing the only road that we had to cross to get to our hotel, straight off the trail. It was about half a mile, very easy to get to. Our next stop is Massillon as we run the credits. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.